we have the name finally of the special rapporteur. And remember, in the week leading up to this, Blackface was saying, he or she is going to be beyond reproach. This is going to be an impeachable person. It's going to be somebody without bias. There will be no partisanship, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, by golly, turns out it's an old family friend. David Johnson is the one. And boy, does the story almost write itself, isn't it, Sheila? We have a Johnson investigating a dong. Oh, hickory dickory dock. Anyways, Sheila, is Trudeau that unself-aware of how awful this looks? The fact that they would have holidays on the Laurentian slopes, they would cottage together, the two families. In a way, I'm kind of surprised. I thought the special rapporteur was going to be Pierre Elliott Trudeau's illegitimate daughter. I think it's somehow related to the Coyne family, i.e. Andrew Coyne, a.k.a. the most boring political columnist in North America. So at least they didn't go with an illegitimate member of the family. But gee, this comes a little close, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, so it's David Johnson. He was appointed by Stephen Harper to be the governor general, and apparently that's supposed to appease all of us skeptics. And I'm like, no, you see, as conservatives and right-leaning people, we don't worship our leader as completely infallible. He's not the Pope of conservatism. So he can make bad decisions, just like he did when he appointed David Johnson to be the governor general. And David Johnson, his connections to the Trudeau family have served Justin Trudeau well already, because he was the head of the Debates Commission, which banned us. And then we said, we'll see you in court. He saw no problem with banning journalists, which is a pretty China thing to do, actually. So I'm not so sure how independent he would be while investigating China's meddling in elections, when David Johnson himself was doing very China-friendly, China-style things to journalists here in Canada.
Being a member of the Trudeau Foundation too, Sheila, like being seen in photos with Xi Jinping. Nothing disturbing to see here. We have the assurance of Prime Minister Blackface on this.
We have, when I first heard that they had chosen him, I was like, what, was Paul Rouleau busy? Like, as soon as they chose him, I was like, the fix is in. This guy already did Trudeau's bidding, blocking independent journalists from the Debates Commission, until someone had to tell him in court that that was a hell of a bad idea. And here's a picture of him with Xi Jinping. Great. Wonderful. You're going to investigate Chinese influence, are you? Mr. David Johnson, who is, I'm sure he's mentally fit, but I don't know if he has the physical wherewithal to conduct an intensive examination. The man is in his 80s.
Yep.
82. Like, was there nobody under the age of 70 that isn't contaminated by Chinese money? And this guy was at the Trudeau Foundation while it was contaminated with that Chinese donation. Now he's going to investigate the Chinese donations to the electoral process and meddling in nominations. What?
It is Sheila, you know what it reminds me of? I'm not trying to throw in unnecessary levity, but it's like a professional wrestling script where the referee, for some reason, gets knocked out and they bring in the friend of the heel to be a referee. You know how that's going to go, right? But that is the level of perversity, I would say here. I mean, and you know what? If Trudeau dodges this scandal, which I think this is saying something, is the worst scandal in the entire 8-year history of the Justin Trudeau regime, Sheila, I think this guy is now pure Teflon. This is Watergate on steroids, what's going on. We have this Trudeau Foundation with Chinese money. We have Chinese police stations opening in Canada. Another 2 were discovered 2 days ago in Montreal. We have all kinds of allegations of Chinese interference. And well, at least let's give Trudeau one thing. The original narrative has changed. I remember when all this broke 3 weeks ago, Sheila. Oh, if you're going after an Asian Canadian politician for any shenanigans, you are a racist. So yeah,
Right.
thanks, blackface. You of all people to play the racist card. So at least he's pretending to go through the motions of having somebody come in. But all these connections, this stinks. This is not an unimpeachable person. This is not somebody beyond reproach, Sheila.
No, this is a family friend. Efron, let's throw to that clip of Justin Trudeau recalling Johnson as a, quote, family friend. And they've known each other for a very long time. And not just a family friend, like, we're going vacationing in the Laurentians together. Could you get more smug and incestuous? But anyway, listen to this.
I've known the Governor General since I was a kid, from visiting him and his daughters when he was principal at McGill, to spending time on the ice or the slopes at their family home in the Laurentians. And I've always known him to be a man of strength, intelligence, and compassion. But getting to know someone as family friend.
Sheila, that is stunning, because if I'm Trudeau's right-hand man or woman, I'm talking about you, of course, Katie Telford, who is in the fetal position, doesn't want to testify about her knowledge of any China interference. The last thing I'm doing is establishing a personal connection to the guy that's supposed to be this neutral, special rapporteur that is beyond reproach and is impeachable. And there he is. Oh, I remember those days going to the cottage in the Laurentians. Are you kidding me? And why isn't Johnson recusing himself, or at least saying, thanks for the offer, but no, it doesn't look good?
Yeah. I mean, Justin Trudeau basically has appointed someone who used to change his diapers to investigate him being contaminated by Chinese money. And he seems to think that this is something he will get away with, and he will. And I'll tell you why, is because he just got away with invoking the Emergencies Act on Canadians, in spite of the evidence that things were resolving themselves without the use of extraordinary counterterrorism powers to arrest convoy leaders and to seize their bank accounts and to snatch and grab them, drive them out of town, abandon them. So, I mean, he just got away with this. So why wouldn't he think that he's going to get away with this? Yeah. And he will, because the media doesn't hold him to account. David, I'm still going through the Public Order Commission documents and finding absolute insane things that the Liberals were saying and doing. And they're getting away with all of it because the media is bought off by Justin Trudeau with our money. And so he will lie and they will say, okay, fine, but where's my dollar bills, y'all? That's what this all comes down to. That's a clip from something we call Rebel News Daily. It's our daily live stream hosted by my friend David Menzies, but the show also includes a rotating cast of hosts and special guests, including me. It's a great way for us to talk about the news of the day as the news is happening in an unscripted fashion, and it's an awesome way for you to interact with us as well. We stream every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain, wherever you find Rebel News. See you there.